you've seen that New Jersey will be allowed to, or they voted to legalize marijuana in New Jersey. Huge, huge, huge. Especially for people like myself who've been living here for a very long time. We've been waiting for things like this to happen, like I said. But on the previous episode, I gave like a nice, you could say a semi-thorough rundown of what the rules are, what rules to be expected, and what to really come about from the whole process of this legalization of the marijuana. So I'm glad I said it like that. But basically, with all of that being said, there was a lot of takeaways to be had, and I was talking about this with a few of my friends, and I'm like, yo, it's legalized, this, that, and the third. But there's one thing that was not mentioned inside the blueprint or the fine print when I was reading the articles of everything that was basically laid out for play in New Jersey, is that you will not be able to grow your own bud. And granted, legalized is great. You get what I'm saying? So I have no issues with that. But then when you look at the whole grand scheme of it, it's like without being able to grow your own, that's going to be a very, very big issue, because basically it's set up to the point like almost like prohibition. You got to get it from us. We're going to tax you. You pay the prices we set in place. And there's nothing wrong with it being, being able to have it accessible. There's nothing wrong with that, and I think that's totally fine. Being able to get it at a legal whim, and I think that's great because there's some places that sell exotic shit that you can't find anywhere else. So if we're really looking at some of those exotic cookies, Zookies, the Runts, some, certain strands, Mendo Breath, whatever the case may be, you will be looking for some of these exotic places that house them. Or it's kind of like with the sneakers, Nike only sells to official outlets. So if this is one of those official outlets, they might be getting those official buds. So it does work out in those cases. But then for the people like myself, it's pointless, because as New Jersey plans to legalize it, there is no plans at all for anyone right now to get this shit to be grown at home. So hold on. Let me pull the article up right now, because that's going to really give me the full breakdown of everything. Inquirer.com. TheInquirer.com. So let me just going to give you the full article from their website as they read it. This article came out as of April 10th, 2019. So it is not recent in any means of what I'm speaking. But at the same time, when we're over here just looking at the overall, consensus of what was laid out, right now is basically telling us this. This is one of the things patients are waiting for. The shortages at dispensaries, and the medicine is still going to be expensive, said Joanne Zito, a Coalition for Medical Marijuana New Jersey board member and cannabis activist who organized a protest outside the Gloucester County office of New Jersey's Senator President Stephen Sweeney last week. They need more dispensaries or anything that increases the access like home grow. It's almost a fundamental right to medicine that they're denying, Zito said. About 30 protesters paraded with signs in the parking lot of Sweeney's district office in West Deptford, catching the legislators' staff by surprise. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, like the shit is homegrown, was part of the CUMMA passed by N.J. Stennett in 2009. It was removed from the bill in the assembly. Some legislators that suppose patients home cultivating 10 years ago are still in office today. We want the NJMMP originally promised homegrown now. So basically, from what they were saying, almost 10 years ago, it was in the bill for you to grow your own bud at home. Now, if you're not someone who cares about growing your own bud, or you get what I'm saying? But I really think this is going to be the big benefit of legalizing the marijuana, because you could grow what you want, when you want, how much you want, at no cost to you. So at the same time, I'm not against capitalism, but definitely the government got to find a way to make their money. But then at the same time, I'm not against, the basics of people like ourselves being able to get their own stuff, grow their own stuff, do their own thing at free will. So I do think that's a big bring up. Like I said, this article is from April 2019. So it's like a year and some change over, but the bill just recently passed. So if you're going based off of that information that is recent as of the election that we just had, then, I would see if there's any changes, but I've researched and I've searched and nothing has came up.